Hello friends, I am Archana Maurya from Kekewag Institute of Engineering, Education and Research, Nasik. Today we are going to focus on very important, very useful topic from Engineering Mathematics 1, expansion of functions. Many times we use calculator to calculate the value of sine, cosine, tan, log, exponential. But have you ever think how calculator calculate these values? Obviously, there is a programming for all these calculations. But again, the question is which formula is used to do all these programmings? If suppose we have to find value of suppose sine 150 and then we'll give input as 150 and calculator shows its value, right? So to do all these calculations in this programming, they used the formulas like this. Sin x is equal to 1, sin x is equal to x minus x cube upon 3 factorial plus x raised to 5 upon 5 factorial minus x raised to 7 upon 7 factorial and so on, right? So when we give any input which is x, the corresponding value calculator calculates by using this formula, right? Now the next question is how we get this formula, and for this we need our next topic, our today's topic, which is expansion of functions. Using this expansion of functions, we can expand any function in increasing powers of x. And if we have to expand any function in increasing powers of x, or you can say in terms of x, then we can use here two important theorems. One is Maclaurin's theorem and other is Taylor's theorem. In today's lecture, we'll focus on this Maclaurin's theorem. So according to this Maclaurin's theorem, any function f of x, we can express, or you can say this function f of x is equal to f of 0 plus x f dash of 0 plus x square upon 2 factorial f double dash of 0, x cube upon 3 factorial f triple dash of 0, and so on. Infinite terms are here, right? What does this f of 0 means here? See, this f of 0, f dash of 0, these are the values which we have to calculate from f of x. If we have to find f of 0, then from this given function f of x is a function whose expansion we need in terms of x. So in this function f of x, when we replace x by 0, we get this f of 0. To get this f dash of 0, you have to differentiate the function f of x and we'll get this f dash of 0. And in this f dash of 0, when we replace here x by 0, then we'll get this f dash of 0. Similarly, when we differentiate f dash, again with respect to x, you will get next derivative, second derivative of function. And in this second derivative of function, when we replace x by 0, we'll get here f double dash of 0. So if we have to find expansion of any function in increasing terms of x or in ascending powers of x, so we have to use this Maclaurin's theorem. F of x is a function whose expansion is required and according to the function f of x, we have to select, according to this function f of x, we have to find this f of 0, f dash of 0, f double dash of 0, and we have to put all these values in this series and we'll get the expansion of that function. Now let's solve an example based on this. Let's find the expansion of this e raised to x in ascending powers of x. Now you know very well that what is the expansion of e raised to x. But today we are going to derive it by using Maclaurin's theorem. So according to Maclaurin's theorem, f of x is f of 0 plus x, f dash of 0 plus x square upon 2 factorial, f double dash of 0 and so on. This time we have to find expansion of e raised to x. We have to find expansion of this e raised to x. So we'll treat this e raised to x as a function. So we'll write this f of x as e raised to x, and according to this function we have to find f of 0, f dash of 0, f double dash of 0 and so on. As we have here f of x as e raised to x, when we replace here x by 0, you will get e raised to 0 and its value is 1. Now to get this f dash of 0, we'll differentiate this function with respect to x, and the derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. Again, when you will replace here x by 0, you will get f dash of 0 as e raised to 0 and its value is 1. Similarly, if you differentiate again with respect to x, the second derivative is e raised to x, and when we replace here x by 0, we'll get the corresponding value as 1. If you differentiate it once again with respect to x, then the third derivative is e raised to x and the corresponding value at 0 is 1, and the process goes on. After finding all these values, we have to put all these values in this Maclaurin's expansion, right? So when we substitute f of 0, all these values we calculated. Now we have to only substitute the values in this series, and after substituting these values, you will get this type of expansion. F of 0 is 1, so here we have 1. F dash of 0 is 1, so here we have x into 1, x square upon 2 factorial into 1 and so on. So we got the series e raised to x is equal to 1 plus x square upon 2 factorial plus x cube upon 3 factorial. And now you can guess the next term. The next term will be x raised to 4 upon 4 factorial. The next is x raised to 5 upon 5 factorial and so on. So here we express this e raised to x. In increasing powers of x. Similarly, we can express any function we can express in increasing powers of x. If suppose we have to find expansion of sine, x, then we have to treat this sine x as a f of x. As a function is sin x, then the corresponding value f of 0, f dash of 0, f double dash of 0, triple dash of 0, these values will change. And when you substitute these values in this Maclaurin's theorem, you will get the expansion of this sin x in increasing powers of x. In this way, when you will calculate all these expansions, then The expansion of e raised to x we calculated. If you find expansion of sin x, that expansion will be x minus x cube upon 3 factorial and so on. You can find expansion of cos, tan, log, hyperbolic sine, hyperbolic cos, hyperbolic tan, and so on. Now, if suppose we have to expand square root of 1 plus sin x, and this expansion we need up to x raised to 6. Okay. So to find the expansion of the square root of 1 plus sin x, we'll treat our function f of x as square root of 1 plus sin x. Now you just imagine if we have to apply Maclaurin's theorem to find this expansion of square root of 1 plus sin x, then can you imagine to get the expansion up to x raised to 6, we have to differentiate it 6 times. Yes, we have to differentiate it 6 times, and to differentiate such a type of complicated term 6 times is not the easy task. So in this case, if you try to apply the Maclaurin's theorem, that will be a tough task. So to solve such a type of examples, we can take the help of the standard expansions. The expansions which are given over here. All these are the standard expansions which you have to remember, and these standard expansions we can use to solve that examples. And it is very easy to remember this. The expansion of e raised to x is very easy. And if you go through the expansion of this sin x, then you can see that there are only odd powers of x and with alternate plus minus, is it? And if you see the expansion of cos, only even powers of x with alternate plus minus. Once we know the expansion of sine, expansion of cos, we just see the expansion of hyperbolic sine. The expansion of hyperbolic sine is same as we have the expansion of the sin x, only all with plus sign. Same here, expansion of cos and hyperbolic cos is same, but here all the terms are positive, right? Similarly, you can see here the expansion of tan x given, and here all the terms are plus, but when you write the expansion of hyperbolic tan, then it is alternate plus minus. Once we know the expansion of log of 1 plus x, then when you replace here x by minus x, everywhere when you replace here x by minus x, you will get the expansion of log of 1 minus x. Similarly, the expansion of 1 upon 1 plus x is 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube, so on. Using this, you can write expansion of 1 upon 1 minus x. Here you have to only replace this x by minus x. Right? So let's see that how to use it to expand this type of functions. Now, if we have to find its expansion up to x raised to 6, then first of all we should remove the square root, is it? And to remove the square root, the formula which we know for this term is for the sine. We know the formula for the sine, and sine we can write as 2 sine x by 2 into cos x by 2. Is it? Now again, to remove the square root, we have to express this term as a perfect square, right? So to convert this into perfect square, we should write 1 as sine square plus cos square. We know that sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. As we have here angle x by 2, so we'll write sine square x by 2 plus cos square x by 2. And it is perfect square of sine x by 2 plus cos x by 2. So easily now we can remove the square root. And once you remove the square root, we have the term like sine x by 2 plus cos x by 2. And we can write the expansion of sine x by 2. We know the expansion of sine x, and in this expansion of sine x, here when you will replace this x by x upon 2, you will get the expansion of sine x by 2. To get the expansion of this cos x by 2, we have to replace this x upon 2, this cos, here in this formula of cos x, we have to replace this x by 2. Everywhere, wherever there is x, you just replace here x by 2 and you will get the expansion of sine x by 2 and cos x by 2. So the expansion of this sine x by 2 is, in place of x, write x by 2. So this is x by 2, x upon 2 cube, x upon 2 raised to 5, x upon 2 raised to 7 and so on. Here 1, x upon 2 square, x upon 2 raised to 4, x upon 2 raised to 6 and so on. As we need expansion up to 6, x raised to 6, we'll think about the terms up to x raised to 6 only. Okay, so no need to write the remaining terms. Once we have this expansion, now we'll write this in a simpler form. Now you just take it square, cube, and you will get here this type of expansion. And now we have to only arrange this in increasing powers of x. So when you will arrange this in increasing powers of x, this should be a first term, right? Then this term of x, then this term of x square, then term of x cube, then term of x raised to 4, then term of x raised to 5 and x raised to 6. So in this way we have to arrange this in increasing powers of x, and when you will arrange this in increasing powers of x, you will get the expansion of this required function square root of 1 plus sine x as 1 plus x by 2 minus x square 2 square upon 2 factorial and so on. See the next example. Here we have to expand this log of 1 plus x square plus x cube, and this expansion we need up to x raised to it. Right? So we'll treat this function f of x. Here also you can see that to apply Maclaurin's theorem is not the easy task. To get the term up to x raised to 8, we have to differentiate this function 8 times. Right? Then you will get f of 0, f dash of 0, f double dash of 0, triple dash of d0 and so on. So that is not an easy task. So we'll use here standard expansions, and for that we have to convert this function into simple form. We can take x square common from these two terms, and when you will take x square common, we have here 1 plus x and we have its factors as 1 plus x into 1 plus x square. Now using the formula of this log a into b, we can write that as a log a plus log b. So this is log of 1 plus x plus log of 1 plus x square. But we know the expansion of log 1 plus x. The expansion of log 1 plus x is x minus x square upon 2 plus x cube upon 3 and so on. As we need the expansion up to x raised to 8, we'll write the terms up to x raised to 8. This is expansion of log 1 plus x. Now if we need the expansion of log 1 plus x square, in this expansion for log 1 plus x, we have to replace this x by x square. So wherever there is x in this expansion of log 1 plus x, you just replace that x by x square. So first term x square, second term x square square, third term x square cube, x square raised to 4, the next will be x square raised to 5. So if you think about this term x square raised to 4, this will be x raised to 8. As we need expansion up to x raised to 8 only, so no need to write the remaining terms. And now we have to simplify these two brackets. And to simplify these brackets, you just simplify first of all the second bracket, x square, x raised to 4 upon 2, x raised to 6 upon 3, x raised to 8 upon 4, and so on. Now we have to arrange this in increasing order of x. As you can see here, there are two terms of this x square, right? So we'll combine that terms. Again, we have here two terms of x raised to 4. So we'll write that together. Two terms of x raised to 6, two terms of x raised to 8. Now when you will simplify this, then you will get the expansion of this required function f of x log 1 plus x square plus x cube, and its expansion is x. The addition of these two terms, x square upon 2. What you can do is you just take x square common. So that will be minus 1 by 2 plus 1, and that is plus half. If you have to combine this, then you just take x raised to 4 common and then minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2. And when you will simplify it, you will get this as minus 3 by 4. Similarly, you can do the calculation for these terms and you will get the required expansion. Thank you. If you have any kind of difficulty or any doubt, you can reply this. You can ask your question in chat box. Thank you so much.